What's going on, guys? It's your host, the Mad, the Dashing, Dash Jovis, and I haven't streamed for a while, so I don't know. I'm having some technical difficulties with filming my new video, but it was just tear slop anyway, so who cares? But I am in the mood to play some Maliss. I don't love this format, and I don't love that this deck is the best deck in the format, but because it just makes a lot of sacky games. It makes games into really sacky games that basically come down to who goes first unless someone sacks someone else, right? But it's not quite as bad now that the Ad Ignister cards are here, because you have some plays you can make in the face of not being able to banish in certain situations. So it's a little bit better than it used to be. This is the list I cooked up. It's only 2 Lancias because I really did want the 3rd March Hare. I really like having 5 of these Bestial type extenders to go with my 3 backup and my 1 Wizard. And one thing that's changed about this list from when I built it on my channel is that Cyber's Wicked is here over Dark, because Cyber's Wicked can banish, say, the Red Ransom in your graveyard in order to, say, add backup Ad Ignister. So it's a way to bridge into the Ignister cards, and I feel like if we're going to be running the Ignister cards, we might as well have that option. Of course, Lancia does still turn this off, so it's not perfect, but it's alright. And then, of course, the new PS de Resistance, Allied Code Talker Ad Ignister. So a few things I've learned about this card from playing with it for a little while. I completely whiffed the fact that you can't special summon for the rest of the turn a couple of times, and the fact that it has to summon as many monsters as possible to zones it points to is also kind of a thing that I've learned about this card. Like, I knew it when I first read the card, but I wasn't really thinking about it when I was building the deck, and having played it in some games, it is particularly relevant. This has to be the last thing that you do, and if your only option is to revive March or a White Binder, you have to revive the White Binder, right? Like, so I haven't really done much climbing. I kind of was playing like ass today, to be honest. I'm not on my best. At my best, I'm in rough shape, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I'm pulling through, and here to record some games with Maliss, and maybe we'll climb up to Master today. We'll just have to see if the games go that well. It'd be nice if I could win some coin flips with this deck, but then you still have to dodge Lancia, and you still have to dodge Foolos and Meowls and Maxi, or have answers to them. Alright, so I'm just going to imperm the first thing. It's kind of tricky with Memento, but there's not a great choke point, and if they have an extender, they play through this anyway, so... Okay. So this game is basically lost, but I'm going to let my opponent do their thing, just so we can kind of show off the Memento deck today. Give them their moment of shine. Guardian Chimera, that's very strange. I think they would have made one of the Memento fusions. Maybe just turn this off. Lancia is not going to be helpful here. Yeah, this is why I'm not so enthused about this format. Like, if you don't run Lancia, you just auto-lose to Maliss in a time when everyone's jamming Maliss, and if you do run Lancia, it's dead some of the time, and some of the time going to turn off your ability to stop your opponent's Lancia, and, like, it's not creating fun game states. Maliss is a toxic deck. I can't believe they didn't hit this deck. And for the people who are like, oh, well, they weren't going to hit it right before the World Championship, they made the list for after the World Championship. And that's all you have to do, is just make the list for after the World Championship, let them play the format they've been playing, and then fix some shit, you know? But this is like, why did they want Maliss at more power than it's been in any format ever? I don't understand. I don't understand what the appeal of that is to Konami, other than that they think it lets them push cards. And even then, if people stop playing your game, they stop buying cards, you know? I am stoked about Vanquished Soul and K9 coming. I'm not as stoked about Yummy, but, like, Vanquished Soul K9 looks like it'll be a lot of fun deck, a deck where you can, like, kind of play around and through Max C and Mulcharmies and still do stuff on turn 0 and on turn 1 and on turn 2, you know? Like, just from the get-go, you're making plays, so that's kind of cool. Yummy just looks like another broken combo deck to me. But maybe I'm not giving enough credit, and I haven't played against it yet, so I don't want to say that that's definitely what it is for sure, but that's what it kind of looks like. I don't know the Memento combo enough to explain what my opponent is doing here. It looks like they made Guardian Chimera because they knew they had the resources to make both fusions on top of the Guardian Chimera, and it's probably what they run is both fusions and the Guardian Chimera. Horn Dragon, interesting. I guess it doesn't look like they're summoning the other combined creation. That's interesting. So they have a double pop. That's still probably more than good enough. Oh, double pop plus they have the resetting of their spells. Right. Well. I'm doing this because that way they can't just immediately pop the Dormouse and leave me kind of screwed. There's no way this beats them, but I'm just going through the motions. Okay. So, I'm my plan is to banish this Dormouse. I know they don't have Nibiru, and I think it gives me a little bit more to play into their push. But if they just immediately pop all 3 of these, I lose the game on the spot, and it's hard to see how letting me go further actually hurts me very much. But 0% chance to win this game. If I was just playing for myself, I'd have already quit this game. And maybe I'll be surprised and I'll win this one, because that does happen. It does happen on occasion. Now they make the other combined creation, I see. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, they must only be playing Twin Dragon and... Well, no, that's not necessarily true. Maybe this is the optimal line. I don't know this deck well enough to say that for sure. It just seems very interesting to me that they wouldn't make the other combined creation at all with this hand when they... Tatsunoko Shigo, yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah, what am I going to do? Am I going to just let them combo off a bunch to show off their deck? Their deck is good, obviously. At that point, the game is just over. Okay, let's see if we can win a coin toss this time. That would be nice. Although my coin toss luck has improved significantly, so I shouldn't complain. Bestial Magnamute Artifact Lancia, what a combination. Whew. I'm worried I might have double dosed on my meds tonight. I've also got to talk to my psychiatrist tomorrow morning, because she thinks I'm on, or they think I'm on half the dose of what I'm actually on. I don't know how that happened, because I'm pretty sure I wrote down what was listed on my meds when I filled out their questionnaire, but I must have gotten it wrong or something, right? It happens. You know, a lot of that stuff happens to me. So now I just get full comboed by super heavy Snake Eye. They're probably making Baron, so it doesn't make sense to fire off my hand effects here. Bellstar, yeah, I'm willing to call it there. That's good enough for me. I guess there's technically a minimal chance that they completely fuck up their combo, even though they already have basically enough to stop me from winning. Maybe not just the Borreload Savage Dragon, but Borreload Savage Dragon plus having Poplar already in the Spell and Trap Zone plus having Bellstar. Maybe they were going for the trap. I probably should have watched a search to make sure they weren't playing the Bellstar as the trap card, but like if they were playing Snake Eyes Poplar, I guess they couldn't do the full combo without Poplar and Oak though, right? Because Poplar was in the Spell and Trap Zone. Maybe I should have played that out. No, they still had full Super Stampy Samurai combo. There's no way. There's no way. I don't know. Wouldn't have hurt to play it out. I definitely lose games that I could have won by conceding so much. Ash. NTP, Banish White Rabbit. Oh, and I'm not running a Fuwalos. Maybe I should be on Fuwalos instead of Lancia, but then I won't have the cross out for Lancia, so I don't know. Kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. Okay. Maybe their 3 cards aren't enough to beat our 2 Imperms and a crossout. Could happen. Okay. There's no point in paying life points, it's going to be negated anyway. Okay. What are you banishing? Dormouse? Yeah, Dormouse. Dormouse, I've come to bargain. What are we going to do about this Dormouse? Yeah, I probably will still do a Tear Slap video for the meta this month, but had my heart broken by losing my recording, and my second take was just not good enough. Wasn't good enough. Not acceptable. Okay, they still have a normal summon, so that could be pretty scary. It's Chessie Cat plus March Hare. Okay, but you can't make Lizard House. You banish this off of Maliss Underground. Oh, you're gonna make SP. No, you're making Splash Mage. Oh, that's risky business. I think making SP would have been better here, right? Am I misreading the situation? No, it's the only reason I can win some games at all is because my opponents make bigger blunders than I do. But it doesn't matter. Okay. No way they don't OTK me with that. Maybe they really fuck up the combo or whatever, but they'll still have at least one negate on the board versus my board of nothing. Alright, let's try for another one. Maybe we can see a starter and an extender and go first. That would be nice. Imagine if that happened. Oh, is it happening? Did I speak it into life? Summon March Hare. Link 1 into Almirage. And we activate the effect of Backup at Ignister. So what was confusing me before about these cards is that Backup at Ignister is an activated effect, and Wizard is a summoning condition, and Wizard's the one that locks you. So it took me a little while to kind of figure out what that means when you're doing them in combos, but still, these cards are absolutely cracked. I'm going to discard Lancia. Set PWC. And a Splash Mage. Splash Mage. Back March Hare. That ransom effect. Add Maliss Underground to my hand. I activate Maliss Underground, and I didn't get drolled, so that's kind of nice. Lancia there. Okay, that's what I've got. I've got one negate. I don't even have right rabbit in my graveyard. I'm just thinking of last game. Never mind. Yeah. I guess I should have just negated there. Not playing well in that game, but also, I mean, I was playing Malice and I got land sealed, so what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? This hand is cracked. My opponent did not feel like their hand was prepared to deal with Malice going second. That's fair enough. These new duel missions have not encouraged me to play more because the meta is just so awful right now, right? Like, I should be excited that the new cards are here, and instead it's like, why did they power up Malice even more after refusing to hit it, you know? Like, it's insane behavior. Criminal behavior. this is pretty cool. I don't know the new hero cards all that well, and this is obviously just an Omni Hero pile. Ooh, Aquadolphin, that's really nifty. Neospatians in your deck, and if Aquadolphin is the one you actually might want to play in a pile deck with heroes, you know. But yeah, without knowing too well what they're trying to accomplish, I can't really speak to what's going on in this game. Probably end on DPE plus some other stuff, maybe Dark Law. I guess they've already sent the Shadow Mist to the graveyard, so they might not have access to Dark Law. Look at how many cards are in their hand. And isn't it crazy that I just can't draw hand traps going second, but I can't draw engine going first? Like, maybe my deck list is bad, but it's not that bad, is it? Seems a little strange. I guess maybe I could cut some of my extenders so that I would have hand traps to see when I lose the coin toss, but that's not going to solve this problem, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Oh, yeah, no, that's good enough for me. Oh, if Maxi resolves, this could be good. Almost summon backup Attic Mister. I'm gonna activate Max C. Let's just see. I guess I should have ashed. Then I could have Max C chained to it. Yeah, that was my bad. That was genuinely not the ideal play that I made there. It's also hard not to get discouraged when this keeps happening though, you know, so. Alright, I'll be right back. I just gotta go take a smoke. Alright. We're going to try again. There's no sense in giving up on Maliss so quickly. I do want to play with the new cards and at least familiarize myself with the deck. Now the question is, do I play around Nibiru, or do I try and get access to my Adding Mister cards? I know there are combo lines that kind of do both, but I don't actually know the combos for this deck that well yet, so... this will be Chain Link 1, so we want to resolve. This will be Chain Link 2, because we mostly don't care. Okay, Fool loss, that's not so terrible. Could be a lot worse. I guess I'll set the Impulse since I have this Lancia. Does kind of lose to Lightning Storm and Harpy's Feather Duster and all of that shit, but it's not so bad. We've got 3 interruptions and Lancia. That's potentially enough to stop our opponent's turn if we use them wisely. Six-card hand to beat our 3 interruptions, so it's not favored, but oh shit. It's Board Breaker Tenpai and they've just kicked our butt. Sorry, pick back up Hornet Drones. That's not so scary. Okay. My Bestial Druis Worm. Banishing this. Maxi and Fuwalos, of course. And I'm going to activate MTP. So, thrust, of course, and then I can thrust for Lightning Storm, and then they just summon a Tenpai monster and beat me. And what was I supposed to do in this game? Oh, engage. Maybe they're not Tenpai, maybe they're actually just Sky Striker. But yeah, I don't see what I could have done differently in this game. I guess I could have run Fuwalos in my deck, and that would have helped me the other game where I saw this Lancia instead of Fuwalos, but it wouldn't have helped me this game, so I don't know. It does look like they're pure Sky Striker. They're not Board Breaker Tenpai after all. That does give me some hope. I guess there's not a better time to Lancia, is there? I guess they can just steal it anyway. Assuming they have 3 spells in their graveyard. Yeah, they have way more than 3 spells in their graveyard. If they have Bestials, can they activate its effect? They do have Bestials and can activate its effect. I guess that makes it look more like Tenpai. Still, I might have a chance. Genroku, 2 sets. Genroku summons itself out. Do they just immediately tribute the Genroku? They do immediately tribute the Genroku. Summon out Hydra. Hydra at Kaiman. Reset Hornet Drones. Very strange thing to reset. Shark Cannon, yeah, that makes sense. Do they actually have anything better? I guess they don't want to reset Engage that way, do they? So maybe Hornet Drones is still optimal. Summon Maliss, Pawn, White Rabbit. Maliss, Pawn, White Rabbit effect. Almirage. Then I make SP and SP. Vanishes Maliss in the mirror. Activate Maliss and Underground. Banish Maliss in the mirror. Activate Maliss in the mirror. Banish Red Ransom. I add Dormouse to my hand. Then Red Ransom summons itself out. Vanishes. Vanishes Dormouse. Why not? Red Ransom effect. Dormouse effect. You negated it. Cyber's Wicked. Lingery Bow. Cyber's Wicked. Vanishes Chessy Cat. Add backup, add Ignister. Chessy Cat. Coming itself out. Then Chessy Cat. Vanishes Maliss and Underground. Draws me 2 cards. And we went 2 and 2. Splash Mage. And the Splash Mage. Dormouse. Then make White Binder. White Binder. Vanishes this. This. And White Binder sets MPP, and I activate March Hare, banish White Rabbit, summon March Hare, and I activate MPP, banishing March Hare, Add March Hare. Banish that. Then we go into access code talker. Access code talker. Target white binder. Access code talker. Banish white binder. Destroy this. White binder effect. Summons out white binder. Draws me a card. An access code talker. Banishes this. Access code talker. Banishes this. Then I special summon backup attic mister. Backup attic mister. That's wizard. Run out of time. Oh boy. And we go into... Oh god, I'm running out of time. Oh, they've conceded. Oh, that was good. Oh, that was fun. Holy smoky. Alright, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to pause the stream for a little bit and I'll pop back here in about 15 minutes, but I'm going to take a short break. Been streaming for about an hour and I need some time off now.